Hi there, welcome to my views on news. Two news stories. Firstly, a massive cyber attack in Eritrea. What was the target? Who confirmed that this massive cyber attack was carried out on Eritrea 2 days ago, reportedly, around 48 hours ago? It is being confirmed by Eritrean government. Secondly, I just want to say a few words about Ethiopian higher education, the universities, the challenges they are facing. Three university heads were fired in the last 9 months. So, what is happening in this sector? Firstly, was Eritrea. On Friday, Eritrea celebrated Independence Day on the 24th of May. We saw the main ceremony in Asmara when Isaias Afwerki addressed a gathering there. Eritrean diaspora too organized festivals, community gatherings, rallies in Europe, America, Canada. According to an Eritrean ministry statement, on Independence Day, a cyber attack was carried out on Eritrea. Means on Friday. Eritrean Ministry of Information is calling it a massive cyber attack. Target. What was the target? Target was Eritrean internet system. Does Eritrea have an internet system? Yes, but people have limited access to internet. I think around 10%, I would say less than 20% people in Eritrea have access to internet. There are more than one internet service providers in Eritrea, internet cafes too. Speed very horrible, I would say. That's what we learn from people who visit Eritrea. So internet penetration is very low if you compare Eritrea and other countries, neighboring countries. But there is internet system in Eritrea, obviously. Target was this internet system. So what happened? According to the Ministry of Information of Eritrea, the defensive measures taken and defensive systems put in place managed to repel the attack. And the Eritrean internet system is functioning as usual, no disruption. But attack was carried out on Friday. Who carried out this attack? A personal attack by some hackers or some organization behind it. Where is this organization based? In Africa, in Europe? Who is behind the attack? Well, the government claims, the Eritrean government says it knows the originators, the planners, and the implementers of this attack. And in due time, the information will be made public. But this is what Eritrea says in lots of its statements, that in due time, information will be released. But this due time never comes. Maybe it's a way of reassuring people that Eritrean government, Eritrean intelligence agency are very active and they know what is happening, and they're not vulnerable. They have put in place some very efficient systems to protect the Eritrean institutions. Let's see. If Eritrean government knows the identity of attackers, I think it should reveal the names of attackers, any governments behind this attack, any intelligence agencies behind this attack, or some hackers who on their own hacked some systems and tried to disrupt internet communication in Eritrea. More details shared by the Eritrean government so far. Secondly, was Ethiopia, where higher education sector is in trouble. No new projects for the higher education sector this year, next year, going to start after the budget. And universities are facing hard times, especially when it comes to feeding students. because the money allocated to feed students is not enough. Food inflation on the rise. That is, the universities are not able to provide food to their students. Some universities complained about that, if you remember. Universities are seeking the support of NGOs, support of businessmen. They are revising menu so that they can make both ends meet. But several universities have been complaining in recent months that they had just run out of the funds for feeding students, and still, I think 3 months to go, more than 2 months to go. So the university heads have been complaining. The standing committee uh, of the House of Representatives, which monitors the higher education sector, has announced that three heads of universities have been fired. Gambela University head, Walaita University head, Mizan Tepe University in southwest Ethiopia, fired. Reportedly, they objected to the fund allocation, that it's not enough. They criticized government's amount of funding for universities. Some university heads have been warned to, like Addis Ababa, University of Science and Technology, Debre Birhan University, and some of the university heads. They were warned. The chairmen were warned. The three university heads have been fired. And by the way, uh, the finance minister, state finance minister Ayub Tekalin, last week announced that the government had no funds to start new projects in higher education sector. It's a very alarming situation, by the way, that on the one hand, the government is buying the most sophisticated weapons. Uh, it's buying the most modern combat drones. It's buying the most advanced bomb systems, like the one bought from the UAE and drones bought from Turkey. On the other hand, when it comes to spending on education sector, no increase, no new projects. And I'm talking about only the higher education sector. I'm not talking about schools. We know that millions of children are out of schools. Just 2 days ago, I think, US ambassador to Ethiopia in a statement shared some stats that millions of students are out of schools. It should be a priority of all to ensure that students join schools. So on the one hand, youths, and there are different reasons, conflict, natural disasters, and government's less focus on education. If you are more focused on military, if you're more focused on resolving disputes, conflicts through the use of force, obviously education sector will be neglected, and that is what is happening. And when you're not able to produce a brilliant educated youths, it means that your human capital won't be able to live up to the standards being set by the youths in other countries. So yes, Ethiopian higher education sector is in need of funding, is in need of establishment of new universities. And I mean, no new universities are being established. Even those which are existing universities, they're facing problems. They don't know how to feed the students, how to provide the basic things for educational activities at these universities. Thank you very much.